Stop, rewind your entire life, because I need you to think about every woman you've ever talked to, every conversation, every date, every she seemed interested but nothing happened moment. What if I told you she was interested and you just didn't speak the language? Not her words, her body. I'm going to show you 8 things a woman touches when she wants you. And by the end of this video, you will never misread a woman again. But here's the part that's going to hit different. Sign 8, most men think it means she's bored. It actually means she's already imagining being with you. Stay until the end. That one alone is worth everything. Before I get into this, let me ask you something. Have you ever been in a conversation with a woman, felt like something was there, something electric, and then she just walked away and you stood there thinking, what did I miss? That question is exactly why you're watching this video, because here's the truth most men never hear. Women are not mysterious. They are actually incredibly readable, but only if you know what to look for. And today I'm going to make you fluent. This isn't recycled dating advice. This is real behavioral psychology, backed by Harvard, Princeton, and the Kinsey Institute. I personally went through clinical studies, FBI body language research, and honestly, my own experiences as a woman who has done every single one of these things. We're starting in 60 seconds. But first, quick question for you. Drop in the comments, which sign do you think you've been missing the most? I'll respond to the top answers. Here's the stat that should change the way you see every interaction. According to a study published in the Journal of Nonverbal Behavior, over 90% of emotional communication between two people happens without a single word. 90%. That means the most important conversation she's having with you right now, it's not coming out of her mouth. It's happening with her hands, her neck, her eyes, her gestures. And most men, I say this with genuine respect, are completely illiterate when it comes to reading it. So here's the real question. How many women have already signaled interest to you and you had no idea? That number might be higher than you're comfortable with. But that changes today, right now, this video. Let's get into it. Now, before I reveal sign 1, I need to set something up because these 8 signs, they don't work in isolation. They build on each other. Sign number 1 by itself, interesting. Signs number 1 through 8 together, that's a full confession without her saying a single word. So I need you to watch all 8 because the context matters. And here's something I want you to remember as we go through this list. Every single one of these signals is involuntary. She's not performing. She's not playing games. Her nervous system is literally betraying her. And today, you're going to know exactly what it's saying. Also, if you're not subscribed yet, hit that button right now. Because after this video, I have something even more important lined up for you, and you don't want to miss it. All right, 4 minutes of setup. Now the real video begins. The first thing a woman touches when she's attracted to you is her hair. I know what you're thinking. That's obvious, everyone knows that. No, you know the surface. You don't know the science. There is a massive difference between a woman pushing hair out of her face because it's windy and a woman deliberately playing with her hair because you're standing in front of her. Dr. Ayana, director of the Center for Nonverbal Studies, spent over 30 years researching human courtship signals. His conclusion? When a woman repeatedly touches, twists, or flips her hair during a conversation, it's one of the most ancient and reliable courtship signals in the human species. And here's the part most men don't know. It's not conscious, it's neurological. When attraction triggers dopamine and norepinephrine in the brain, it literally increases nervous energy in the hands. And the hair is the first place that energy goes. So how do you tell the difference? She touches her hair once and moves on, equals probably grooming. She keeps doing it, twisting, sweeping it to one side, pulling it over her shoulder to expose her neck. That's her body screaming, "Look at me." Quick question. Have you ever caught a woman doing this while talking to you? Comment below. I'm reading everyone. And speaking of the neck, that takes us directly to sign 2. And this one is even more revealing. When a woman lightly touches her neck or runs her fingers along her collarbone while talking to you, something very specific is happening in her nervous system. The neck is one of the most vulnerable areas of the human body. Major arteries sit close to the surface. Evolutionarily, exposing or drawing attention to the neck is a submission and trust signal. She's literally telling you, without words, I feel safe with you and I want you to notice me. Body language expert Vanessa Van Edwards, who runs the Science of People Research Lab, found that neck touching in women during interactions with men they find attractive increases by nearly 300% compared to men they have no interest in. 300%. That is not coincidence. That is biology. And here's a personal note as a woman. When I catch myself touching my neck around a guy I like, I usually don't even realize it until after the conversation ends. It's that involuntary. So if you see it, trust what you're seeing. Her body is more honest than her words will ever be. We're at sign 2, and we've already covered 2 signals that most men walk past every single day without blinking. But here's what I need you to hold on to. We haven't even gotten to the sneaky ones yet. Sign number 5 involves an object, not even her body. And it's one of the most overlooked signals in existence. And sign 8, I promised you at the start. That's the one that reframes everything. We're getting there. Don't go anywhere. Oh, and if you're finding this useful, subscribe right now, because what I'm about to cover next, this is where it gets real. This one is subtle, but it might be the most deliberately unconscious signal on this entire list. If a woman touches her lips, presses a finger to them, bites her lower lip, slowly applies lip balm while holding eye contact with you, she's not just moisturizing, she is drawing your attention to one of the most sensual parts of her face on purpose. Research from the University of Manchester used eye tracking technology and found that when men look at a woman's face, they spend approximately 43% of that time focused on the lips. Women have known this instinctively for thousands of years. That's literally why lipstick was invented. So when she touches her lips in front of you, she's amplifying a signal that evolution already hardwired you to respond to. She's putting a spotlight on the exact part of her face she knows you're already looking at. If that's not a green light, I don't know what is. This is one of the most underrated signals on this list, and almost no one talks about it. When a woman starts fidgeting with her jewelry, playing with her necklace, spinning her ring, tugging her earring, while talking to you, that is a textbook indicator that her nervous system is activated by your presence. Here's the psychology. Behavioral psychologists call this a self-soothing displacement behavior. It happens when the body is experiencing emotional arousal, excitement, nervousness, attraction, and needs a physical outlet to manage that energy. The jewelry becomes a tool to manage the internal chaos you are causing inside her. Dr. Albert Mehrabian, famous for his research on communication, found that when people are emotionally engaged, their self-touching behaviors increase significantly. The more attracted she is, the more she needs to do something with her hands. And here's a little bonus detail. If her hands keep going to her necklace, especially one that sits right above her chest, she's not so subtly directing your eyes exactly where she wants them. You're welcome. Comment below. Have you ever noticed a woman doing this? Or did you miss it until just now? Now we shift from self-touching to direct contact. And this is where things become unmistakable. If a woman reaches out and touches your arm, your shoulder, or your hand during conversation, she just broke a very significant social barrier. A study from DePaul University found that a brief touch during a social interaction increases the recipient's perception of warmth, trust, and attractiveness toward the person who initiated the touch. In other words, when she touches your arm, she's not just expressing interest. She's also trying to make you feel more connected to her. It's a two-way move, and it's brilliant. Now here's where most men completely fumble this moment. She touches your arm, you freeze, you don't react, you just keep talking like nothing happened. From a woman's perspective, that feels like throwing a ball to someone and watching it hit them in the chest and fall to the ground. No catch, no reaction, nothing. It's genuinely deflating. So here's what you do instead. Smile. Lean in slightly, mirror the touch. Because she just told you everything without opening her mouth. We are over halfway through, and the signals are getting more specific. Sign number 6 involves an object she's holding, and once I explain what it means, you will never look at a dinner table the same way again. Sign 7 is about what she does with her clothing, and it connects directly to something evolutionary biologists call the oldest courtship behavior in the animal kingdom. And sign 8, the one you've been waiting for, is coming up fast. Stay right here. This one is sneaky, and most men have absolutely no idea it's happening. When you're sitting across from a woman, at a bar, a restaurant, a coffee shop, watch what she does with her glass. If she's slowly running her finger around the rim, tracing the edge of her cup, or sliding her finger up and down the stem of a wine glass, that is a textbook seduction gesture. Former FBI behavioral analyst Joe Navarro has written extensively about object manipulation during conversation as a strong indicator of emotional engagement, and often sexual interest. The glass becomes a stand-in. She's channeling the physical energy of her attraction into an object because she can't channel it directly toward you yet. The glass gets all the attention she actually wants to give you. And if she's doing this while holding eye contact, while smiling, I say this with love. If you still can't tell she's interested at that point, watch this video twice. When a woman starts adjusting her clothing in front of you, straightening her top, smoothing her skirt, tugging at her sleeve, she is doing one very specific thing. She is preening. And preening is one of the oldest courtship behaviors in the animal kingdom. Evolutionary biologist Jeffrey Miller has drawn direct parallels between human preening and the way birds groom themselves before a potential mate. It's not vanity, it's biology. She wants to look her absolute best in front of you, because on a subconscious level, she is competing for your attention and your selection. The key is context. If she was adjusting her outfit before you arrived, that's self-care. If she starts doing it after she notices you, or while she's talking to you, that is a targeted behavior. She wants you to see the best version of her. And the fact that she cares that much, specifically in your eyes, tells you everything. Okay, sign 8. I promised you at the very start of this video that this one would reframe everything. I want you to think about this before I reveal it. Have you ever been in a deep conversation with a woman? She's leaning in, she's listening to every word you say, her eyes are locked on yours, and at some point, she rests her chin in her hand and just looks at you? What did you think that meant? Most men think, she's getting bored, I'm losing her. Here's the truth. When a woman rests her chin on her hand, cradles her own face, or gently touches her cheek while listening to you talk, that is not boredom. That is one of the most intimate signals a human being can send. It's called facial framing. Dr. Monica Moore from Webster University conducted a landmark study, observing over 200 women in real social settings, and cataloged 52 distinct nonverbal flirting behaviors. Facial self-touching, specifically chin resting and cheek cradling, ranked in the top 10 most frequently observed signals from women who were actively attracted to a male counterpart. Here's why it works on such a deep level. When a woman frames her face with her hands, she is unconsciously directing your attention to her eyes, her smile, her expressions. She's saying, look at my face, see me, really see me. It's vulnerable, it's soft, and it only shows up when she's comfortable enough to let her guard down around you. So if you've ever been in a conversation with a woman, she's sitting across from you, chin resting in her hand, eyes locked on yours, smiling while you talk, and you thought she was bored. She wasn't bored. She was falling for you, and you missed it. Here's the thing about every single signal I just showed you. Not one of them involved words. Not one. We live in a world that teaches men to listen to what people say. But the truth is, the body speaks first, and it speaks louder. Her words might say, I'm just being friendly, but her hands, her neck, her gestures, those are telling the real story. Now that you have this knowledge, you have a responsibility, not to manipulate, not to assume, but to pay attention. Because the next time you're talking to a woman and you notice her twisting her hair, touching her neck, playing with her necklace, or resting her chin in her hand while she looks at you, don't just stand there, recognize what's happening, and meet her halfway. She's already crossed the bridge. She's waiting on you. And hey, if this video helped you see something differently today, smash that subscribe button right now, because I made a follow-up video that covers exactly what she's hoping you do next. after all these signals. It's called 7 Things Women Secretly Want Men to Do, but will never say out loud. And trust me, if today connected the dots on how she signals, that video tells you exactly what those signals are inviting you to do. It's on your screen right now. Go watch it. You've earned it.